Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we will continue to learn statistics. So I will discuss a few more questions on statistics because for statistics we have to learn many concepts and many skills. So let's continue our lesson. Alright, so I'm sure if you keep on practice, you will perform and do well in your mathematics and also additional maths. Most important is you must love the subject, love the topic. Alright, statistics is fun, so please love statistics. Let's have a look at the presentation before we start the class. Alright, let's start the discussion of question 9. For today's homework, please attempt all the questions that I discussed in this video. So let's see, number 9, the sum of 8 numbers is 120 and the sum of the squares of these 8 numbers is 2200. So okay, we have a few more questions to discuss. Alright, so now I'll focus on question number 9. So first of all, you're given the sum of 8 numbers is 120 and sum of squares of these 8 numbers is 2200. So find the variance of the 8 numbers. So the most important keywords is sum of 8 numbers is 120 and sum of the square of this number is 2200. And you're asking to find the variance. And for B, 2 numbers with the values of 6 and 12 are added to the set of 8 numbers, and you're asking to find the new mean for the 10 numbers. So let's see how to solve this statistics question. So first of all, we will use a highlighter, highlight the important keywords. Alright, so then you have to write down in terms of the symbol, summation of the 8 numbers is 120. Okay, so summation of the squares of the numbers is equivalent to 2200. So you have to write down in terms of the symbol. Then you're asking to find the variance. So still remember, the variance formula is summation of the data square over n minus mean square. So I'm going to write the formula for you, and then you substitute all the values or information from the question. Here we go. Variance is summation of data square over n minus the mean square, right? So now we are going to substitute all the information. Okay, so we have sum of the data square and we have sum of the 8 numbers. Okay, so that means we have n equal to 8. So let's substitute into the formula of variance is equal to 2200 divided by 8 minus the mean square. Okay, the mean is given the sum of the number is 120. So we take 120 divided by 8. So that is so-called mean. So okay, then you can proceed to use a calculator to find the answer for the variance. And please stop there and don't square root your answer because the question is asking for variance. So your answer must not written as standard deviation. Okay, your answer must be variance. Remember, this is how you write the variance. So the answer is 50, and please bear in mind, do not square root the variance because once you square root it becomes standard deviation. Alright, so that is the answer for variance. Now we want to focus to part B, whereby you need to think first before you can write down the answer. So according to the question, we are going to add 2 numbers, right? Okay, so this one we solved already. So this is the variance we have settled. Now let's focus to part B. Okay, for part B, 2 numbers with the values 6 and 12 are added to the set of 8 numbers. That means we still refer to the question just now, and then we need to find the new mean. So just now we have 8 numbers. The sum for the 8 numbers was given 120, right? So if you want to find the new mean after added the 2 values of 6 and the other one is 2, so now the n become 10. Alright, the number of the data become 10, which is 8 plus 2, and the sum of the data also increase. Just now originally is 120 plus the 6 plus the 12. So your answer for the summation of the data is you must take 126 plus 12. Okay, so it's 138. That is the total sum after added 6 and 12. Then you will take 138 divided by 10. So the answer is 13.8 for the new mean after added the 2 numbers 6 and 12. Alright, let's proceed to the next question. So I'll be sharing a few more video on statistics, because for this topic we have many formulae and we have many concepts. Okay, so this is just the beginning of the statistic. So let's see another question. You are given 5 positive integers. Okay, 5 positive integers having a mode of 3 and a median of 4 and a mean of 5. Okay, for this question we have to think first. So first of all, the median 4 must be the data at the middle. Alright, so we will start from the median. We will just fill in the 4 first at the middle, that is the median, because according to the question you are asking to list the 5 numbers, whereby the median is 4 and the mode is 3, and then the mean is 5. Okay, in order to get the mean, which is 5, so we have 5 numbers, so from there we can find the total summation of the 5 number, isn't it? So it's 5 times 5, which is 25. So now we need to focus to the mode must be 3, so that means we need to have at least 2 3. Alright, or you can have 3 3, so that the mode will be 3. So basically the list is 2 3, and the balance you must make sure you take 25 minus the number. Okay, you must make sure the total is 25, because the mean is 5. So if you plug in 3 3 4, then you still have another 15. So another 15 you can either use 5 and 10, okay, or you can use other than 5 and 10, right? You can use 6 and 9, which is 15 also, or you can give 7 and 8. So there are many possible answers. So the question just one set of the 5 integers which are positive, so you can just give 3 3 4 5 10. Alright, or you can give me other set, but just one set will do. 3 3 4 6 9 is okay, the mode is still 3 and the median is still 4, and the summation of data must be 25. Alright, other than this you can have another one, which is 3 3 4 7 8, because 7 plus 8 is also 15, right? 6 plus 9 is also 15, right? So long as the last two you can make it 15, then the total is should be 25, and the mean of the 5 number is remain as 5. Alright, so this is actually the question that demand you to think first before you write the answer. Okay, alright, for this question is very popular in exam because it's involving statistics and you need to think first before you can do. So let's see the question. You are given 5 numbers, y1, y2, y3, y4 and y5, and all the y value are not given. So you must understand that these 5 data are actually numbers, and they has a mean of 6 and variance of 4. 5. Okay, you have a new set of the data after you modify the original data. That means you take the data, you times 3 plus 1. That means you are going to modify the data by multiply by 3 and plus 1 for every one. So for every data, okay, we modify uniformly, okay, by times 3 plus 1. times 3 plus 1 and times 3 plus 1. So that means we will use a shortcut. Still remember the shortcut? This is a new set of data. Okay, now we need to find the new mean, okay, after times 3 plus 1. So by referring to the old data, you are given y1, y2, y3, y4, y5. So if the new data, new set of data is 3y1 plus 1, 3y2 plus 1, that means the data is being modified or changed uniformly, followed by times 3 plus 1. So for mean, originally is given 6. So if you times 3 plus 1, the new mean will be changed according to the number you multiply and plus. Okay, so we will write down the mean is 3 times the new one is 3 times the original mean, which is 6, plus the 1, because the data is modified by multiply by 3 plus 1, so the mean also follow the same way. So now we will simplify later. For variance, original variance was 4, it was given. So for the new variance, it actually affected by the number that you multiply, but you need to square it. Okay, the number that you multiply is 3, so 3 have to be squared. Then you are not supposed to plus 1, because for variance and standard deviation, it is not affected by plus and minus. Alright, so that is how you solve the new mean, which is 3 times 6 plus 1, which is 19. And then for the new variant is 9 times 4, which is 36. Now I'm going to go through with you the shortcut again so that you won't forget. So let's see what is the shortcut. Okay, now let's start with the original one. I label as O. That means the original mean is P. So the new mean, if you times with a K plus a C or plus or minus, it will follow for the new mean. But for standard deviation, it's just affected by the number you multiply. Example, your standard deviation originally is M, is unknown. So the new one, you will take K times M. K is a number that you multiply by the original data. And the variance is very special. It's always multiplied by the number or the constant, but you need to square it. Okay, number square. Okay, now this is the original mean. Okay, if you times the K plus C, so you will have the new mean, which is PK plus C. And then for the standard deviation, you just multiply by the K with the original standard deviation. And for the variance, you have to square it, okay, before you multiply by the variance originally. And the standard deviation and the variance are not affected by the plus or minus of the data. So please bear in mind that. Okay, so the standard deviation and the variance only affected by multiply the number and not the number that you plus or minus. Okay, clear? Okay, this is a shortcut that many students tend to forget. So please always practice so that it will be permanently in your memory. Okay, so now for next lesson we will discuss question number 12. Maybe you can attempt first. It's a bit challenging. So number 12 onwards, I will leave it for you to try first before I discuss. Alright, so you can just copy down the question and then study how to do before we discuss further for in my next video teaching. Okay, till then I shall see you in my next video teaching. Bye bye and have a nice day.